everyone? Welcome into the Coach KJ Carousel Dynasty. Today, your Florida Gators are taking on the number 12 Tennessee Volunteers. This is a matchup of top teams in the SEC East. It's a rain game here in the swamp, and that always makes things a little messy, but we have a pretty good ground game, and I think if we lean into it, we could have an excellent ground game this season. We have a lot of explosive players there in the backfield, and I think if we just give them a little bit more faith, I think it'll pay off for us. As Jensen Skalski's back on the return here, he's going to take that and go out across the 25-yard line, or I guess maybe to the 25-yard line. As Dana Garcia comes out, he's your starting quarterback. He has 4 touchdowns, 2 picks, negative 12 rushing yards, but he's been pretty good this season. We got to get them interceptions down. We got to be careful with him. A lot of the picks are boneheaded decisions. He's over aggressive at times, and so is Coach KJ, and that's a bad pairing. You know, it's a little bit like that Bruce Arians F it and chuck it that he used to have when he was with the Cardinals and the Bucks. And you know, the bad pairing is him and Jameis Winston. That's how Jameis ended up with the 30 for 30 season. As we're going to hand it off to guy as he blanks, and that's going to be a no gain on that play, bringing up a 3rd and 5 for the Gators now. Garcia looking to pass here, going down the field, and he just missed. Sam Freeman was coming open, but he didn't hit him. Mason Snowden's going to be your starting quarterback for the Volunteers. It's not the first time we've seen him in this series. He filled in via injury for a little while in a game, but it's his first time starting against us. It's not the first time we've seen Marsh Green, and it's not the first time he's burned us as he takes that for 12 yards. He is a great running back. Looking at our starting defense, Jacob Reese is a player that's been stepping up. He's a junior redshirt that I didn't expect to get this big of an impact out of. I thought Blake Listenby would come in and be the immediate starter, but with the development that we had in the offseason from Jacob Reese, he was able to get the starting job, and he's actually performed really well. He was your player of the game last week. He had 5 tackles. All of them were TFLs, 2 sacks, a forced fumble. I mean, he was incredible, so hopefully he can keep that up. However, Marsh Green on that play goes right up the middle for 20 yards. What a huge play for the Volunteers. You will also notice their uniforms look a little weird in this. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's just something with the rain that caused it, but you can see it says like port or something on their chest, and I don't know why that's on there. Do your best to ignore it. I'm sorry about that. It's an old game. It's 10 years ago when this game came out, and with the mods, things happen. I'm not that worried about it. We'll have a new college football game soon, though, and I can't wait for that one, and hopefully we don't have to see things like this anymore. As Darian Turner's going to take that for an 11-yard gain, the Volunteers first down. They're going to go right back to the Brown game and this, and it's Marsh Green getting the carry and going for 5. He couldn't break that tackle. He has a little bit of a speed deficiency, or else he might have broken away on that one as Kemp the third checks in, gets a carry, and look at this lead blocking. He breaks a tackle and goes for 12, and who was it? Jacob Reese making the play down the field. You'd prefer to see him making it closer to the line of scrimmage, but it's great to see him still be involved in the play as Mason Snowden's going to pull that run and truck Noah Annie-Bognam. However, he gets taken down on the play by Giovanni Peterson. Back to Kemp the third, and he almost got in there. It's going to be 2nd and goal from like the inch-yard line as he picked up 5. Mason Snowden is going to pass here. He has all day, and he goes to the end zone. That's Darian Turner, 4-6. The Volunteers are going to take a 7-0 lead here today, and if that drives any indication, their offense is going to be in total control of this game as Dana Garcia pulls it on a read option here himself, and look at this run from the big man. That's a 21-yard rush. You never see that out of Garcia, but that's something we're going to try to emphasize a little bit more. Coach KJ was talking about it in his presser. He said he wants to get a little bit more from the quarterback run this year. Think of Kyle Trask when he was with the Gators. He's not a great runner, but they used it as a change up here or there as we go down the field and find Jensen Skalski for a 29-yard gain. That's going to give us a 1st and 10 at about the 11 or 12-yard line, and we go to the end zone, and woo, that was nearly picked. Macario Dorba came down with it, though. That's a touchdown. Gators tied this one up in risky fashion, but we'll take it. Now let's see if we can get a stop. Mason Snowden goes down the field, and he finds Blake Rice for a 22-yard gain. Luckily, he had to leave his feet. That might have been because of the rain. As they go to Marsh Green on the next play, and he loses a yard. He had nowhere to go. Wells with the tackle there. Mason Snowden looking to pass here on 2nd and 11, moving in the pocket. He has an open receiver again. He finds Wells. That's a 23-yard gain, and he goes out of bounds at about the 25-yard line or so. Mason Snowden going underneath, and that was another miss. Like I said, the rain might be playing a little bit of a factor into that because he's pretty accurate overall as they hand the ball off to Charles Kemp III, and that's a 6-yard gain. Nelson Lohman was all over him, taking him down. So now it's 3rd and 4, and they're going to go down the field, and woo, we got lucky again. That was a miss by Mason Snowden. That might have been a touchdown. So they're forced to settle for a field goal attempt that is up and just barely no good. It goes under the crossbar. How lucky are we that that didn't go through? This game's tied at 7 as the Gators take over. Marlowe checks into the game and goes for 9. He's pretty solid for us. 2nd and 1 underneath of Sam Freeman for the first down. He barely got there. I thought he should have picked up more than that, but it is what it is. We'll take the first down here as Garcia again is going to pass, and this one, that one got away from him, man. That wasn't a good throw. So that's going to bring up a 2nd and 10, and we're going to go to Gaius. He blanks on the ground, and look at that gap up the middle. That's a first down and a 12-yard carry. That's what you love to see right there. Back in the pistol, right back to blanks, and this time again, he found a little bit of space. That's a 4-yard gain. Somebody from the backside came through and made that tackle. I seen a lot of green grass on that play as we decide to throw on this one to Logan Houston, who's going down the sideline. That's a 31-yard pickup and gets us down inside of the 20-yard line to about the 16 or so as they go to Marlowe, who checks into the game, and woo, he got ragdolled at the end of that, but that's an 8-yard pickup. What a run. This one's tied at 7, but the Gators are close to taking the lead here as we end the first quarter. Let's see what the second quarter has in store. We go to Gaius, blanks. That's a first down. We'll take it. It's a 4-yard gain. 1st and goal from probably about the 4-yard line or so. Dana Garcia, they decide to pass with Coach KJ, and that's a touchdown. Jaden Norwood comes down with it. Gators take a 14-7 lead over the Tennessee Volunteers today. Now, let's see if Mason Snowden can answer. They decide to start this drive off with a run, and that was a good one. He went for 6. He should have cut it a little bit more inside. He had a lot of space there if he would have. Allen comes in motion, though, and they're going to run triple option, and Snowden has all sorts of spaces. He kind of stops his feet. I don't know what he's doing there, and he ends up going out to almost midfield. He's at, like, the 49-yard line and gets a first down there. They're going to go back to the ground game. Marsh Green gets a carry here, and that's a 4-yard pickup. The Volunteers will take that. Kemp the third checks in, and he is going to get the carry. Jared Wells is there to take him down after a 2-yard gain, so it's 3rd down now, and they are going to pass with Mason Snowden. He's feeling a little bit of pressure, and he throws it underneath. I don't know what that was, but Nelson Lohman came down with it. That's an interception, and he might be able to house this one. The linebacker is pulling away from everybody. 10-5, touchdown, Florida. What a pick 6. Like I said, that pass was, I don't know, I guess maybe getting hit when he released it, or the rain really got to him, but that was terrible. Florida extends their lead up 21-7, though. We'll take that as Marsh Green loses 3. Jared Wells again with another play. Leeton comes in motion here, and they're going to go and hand it to him on triple option, and he finds a lot of green grass there. He gets everything back plus. That's a first down now for the Volunteers. Snowden got a pass. We sent a blitz, and he's got it away in time. He finds Markiewicz. I don't know how to say that name fully properly, but that's an 18-yard pickup and another Volunteers first down. They're starting to move quick as Kemp gets another carry. That goes for 4. Marsh Green checks back into the game, and Snowden's going to pass this. He goes down the field. He has an open Belcher, who is going to get out of bounds at the 15. That's a 25-yard pickup by Vic Belcher. He's made a lot of big plays against us before, as Marsh Green gets a carry and breaks J.J. White's tackle. He ends up only going for 5, though, and that puts the Volunteers in great position to continue this drive as they're going to go to Tonga on the pitch, and he breaks the tackle there and gets the first down and goes out of bounds. After picking up 5, he ends up getting hurt on the play. He's not a big factor in this one anyway, so it's not a big loss for the Volunteers. He's their 3rd running back. As underneath goes Snowden, and there is a flag, so we got to see, did we hit him late? No, it was offsides. That's a big mistake by Dante Pierce. It's really the only play he's made all season, and unfortunately, it's a -1. As Snowden is looking to pass on 1st and goal, he goes to the end zone, and that's a touchdown to Blake Rice. The Volunteers, after giving up 21 unanswered to the Gators, are able to get back on the board, making it 21-14. Let's see what we can do as Jensen Skalski's back on the return. We got 3:38 left in the second quarter. Skalski taking that one just out of the end zone, it looks like, and there is all sorts of green grass over here. He misses, breaks the tackle, and he is going down the sideline. Nobody's over there. Now we just got to make sure there's no flags on this play. 10-5, touchdown, Florida. They're going to make it a 28-14 ball game. They answered back immediately. Jensen Skalski with the dynamic return. He has looked amazing on returns so far this season. Snowden here looking to pass. He goes underneath, and I don't know why Allen stepped out of bounds there. On 2nd down, they're going to run speed option, and that pitch never got out of Snowden's hand. That is Giovanni Peterson making the play, taking him down for the 4-yard loss, forcing a 3rd and 11 now. Snowden in the pocket underneath to Allen, and that didn't go anywhere. I don't really know what they were thinking on this sequence of plays, so they punt it back to the Gators, who take over right around the 45-yard line, and Logan Houston with the nice catch, getting us across midfield, picking up 16 yards. With just about 2 minutes left in the half, they're going to probably try to drain the clock and get points on this drive, so it makes a lot of sense to keep handing the ball off as Murphy gets another carry here. This one, after a 3-yard pickup, that's a much bigger play and goes for 10. And a Gators first down. There's a 1:32 left in the half. They're going to go right back to Murphy, and he's going to find a lot of space again, as that's going to be another 10-yard gain. They're not going to quite give him the first down, even though I do think he got there. So on 2nd down, we're going to run read option, and that's Garcia pulling it and finding space. That's a 6-yard gain, and that's going to set us up with a 1st and goal from about the 9 or 8 yard line. Murphy gets a carry here. He finds the edge. He's just got one man to beat. He breaks the tackle. Oh, some of the Volunteers defenders were able to get over there. He ends up picking up 7. It's second and goal from about the 2. Ladarius Marlowe checks in, and he vultures that touchdown away. However, the Gators are going to take a 35-14 lead here with 20 seconds left in the half. That'll likely take you to halftime, and that's exactly what it does. 35-14 is a really good score for the Gators against the Volunteers. The Volunteers are the number 12 ranked team in the nation, so you would not expect the Gators to be dominating them like this. The thing is, they're really not, other than the points on the board. The Volunteers have more yards. They have 1 turnover, which did affect the game because that was a pick 6 by Nelson Lohman. They did allow a kick return touchdown, so that's 14 points. However, the Gators would still be leading this one. They're kind of dominating the Volunteers at this point. Let's go ahead and take a look at some recruiting news this week. We had a couple players commit. We had Steven Patterson decide to go to Cincinnati. We were hoping to get him. He's a 4-star number 12 corner. Next up is Daumantis Fadul. He was the number 3 middle linebacker. He didn't come to us. Mason Speck, the 3-star strong safety, decided to go to Tulane over Florida. As you can see, not a single commit for the Gators. That's pretty disappointing. You don't expect to strike out and miss on all your targets, but there's plenty more guys on the board, and we're going to keep swinging here as the Volunteers are going to open up with the ball this half, and Green gets a carry and goes nowhere. That's Nelson Lohman who takes him down. Green was able to fight for 1, but that's it. They go right back to Marsh Green, and there's a lot of space up the middle. He was caught from behind by Giovanni Peterson, but that's a 13-yard gain for Marsh Green. He's been dynamic for the Vols as Snowden's by himself, looking to go down the field, and that throw was bad. Honestly, Vic Belcher was covered anyway. That one probably wouldn't have worked out as Snowden pulls it on a read option here, and that one is stopped dead in its tracks by Nelson Lohman. Bringing up a 3rd and 7, and the Vols surprisingly handed off to Kemp the third. I don't like that call. That forces the Volunteers to punt the ball back to the Gators. They are trailing by 21, and that call's a little bit questionable. As Gayassi Blanks is busting away here. He doesn't have dynamic speed, but he was able to go for 35. What a play there by Gayassi as Dana Garcia goes down the field, and he finds Jaden Norwood in between defenders for the big gain. Gayassi Blanks getting another carry here, and that's a 3-yard pickup. That's solid. That's more his game. He's a little bit more of the hammer. He doesn't break many big plays, so it was nice to see him bust one off as Sam Freeman takes that for 6 yards. The Gators did suffer an injury, though, to Jaden Norwood, and we're going to let him sit out until he's healthy as Ladarius Marlowe checks in, jukes, and he gets the first down. That's a 5-yard gain. He might be able to vulture another touchdown as we're at the 4, and he gets the carry here this time. He had nowhere to go. He was strung out and taken down. 2nd and goal, and back in the game is Gayassi Blanks, and he goes right up the middle, untouched. Touchdown, Florida. They extend this lead up even further. It's 42-14, and we're only midway through the 3rd quarter. That's not what you expected coming into this game with a matchup of number 10 versus number 12. The Gators are showing their dominance in this one. Let's see if they can keep it up as Marsh Green goes for 11 there. The Vols have gotten some offense, but they cannot finish drives, and that's the biggest question for him as Snowden is moving and finding an open Rice down the field for a 13-yard gain. Keeping the Vols moving, but they need a lot of scores. Snowden again's got a pass. Finds Allen across the middle, who somehow gets out of that scrum and picks up some extra yards. That's a 16-yard gain there. 3.5 minutes left in the 3rd. They go underneath. That's Marsh Green with the reception this time, picking up 9. He's able to show his ability all around. I think he's going to be a pretty good back at next level as long as he keeps developing. Down the field goes Snowden, and that's a nice catch by Vaughn Wells on the sideline. That's a 19-yard gain, setting the Vols up with the 1st and goal. However, they go backwards. That is Jared Wells with the tackle, dropping Snowden for the 2-yard loss there. Snowden feeling pressure, goes to the end zone. Touchdown, Darian Turner. That's an 8-yard score. That makes the score 42-21. And as you can see, Jensen Skalski's back on the return once again. He's going to take this one out of the end zone. He took it for 102 the last time. Let's see if he can get 103. As he gets the edge, he's at the 40. He's out to the 51 man to beat, and he can't quite do it. He's taken down at the 42-yard line. That's a 60-yard return, though, setting the Gators up in excellent field position with a 21-point lead. As Jackson gets the carry, that's a beautiful run. However, there is a flag, so we have to see what they call here. It's clipping, so it's going to come back. 1st and 13 now as Dana Garcia is going to pass this one underneath, and he finds Dorba, who just steps out of bounds after picking up 3 yards. That's going to bring up a 2nd and 9 with 1:55 left in the 3rd quarter here. Garcia goes down the field. That's Jaden Norwood. He collides with our own receiver, Macario Dorba, or else that would have went for a much bigger play. So on third down, it's Darian Jackson getting the carry, showing some moves and busting out of there. Look at that speed. He pulls away from everybody. That's going to be a 33-yard touchdown. Florida takes a 49-21 lead here late in the third quarter. Let's see if Tennessee can answer. Charles Snowden goes underneath. That's going to be Belcher getting the reception, and he goes down. After an 8-yard pickup, that's pretty solid. 2nd and 2 now. Snowden again looking to pass. He goes to the outside. That's Chris Allen getting the first down. But when you're down by this many scores, you need to move the ball quicker than this as they go to Marsh Green, who breaks a couple tackles and picks up 9 yards. I still don't love their philosophy right now. I think they need to push the ball a little bit here. Snowden tucks the run, breaks a sack. However, he's going to go down. That's going to be a sack by Stuart McCaffrey to end the third quarter. 49-21's your score, and it looks like we have the Volunteers all wrapped up today. But crazy things can happen, so you'll have to stick around and see if they can come back. I doubt it, though. I think we're going to be able to get some backups, some playing time, which will be nice. You'd love to see Khalif Ramsey get out on the field and see him throw a couple passes as Snowden finds Rice for a pretty solid 12-yard pickup. That keeps this drive alive. They're right at past midfield now, just barely, as Snowden is looking to pass, feeling no pressure. And that's Vic Belcher coming down with it after the 15 yards. So Snowden again going underneath. That's Markiewicz or whatever for 4 yards. I still don't know how to say his name right. Snowden down the field. That one's going to be, oh, it should have been intercepted. That was a drop. What a missed opportunity right there by Zach Poydras as Snowden's going to move in the pocket, feeling pressure here, and he breaks the sack. However, he can't break the second one. He gets taken down. It's 4th and 15, and they hand it off. What are they doing? Just kick the field goal if you're going to do that, man. That's stupid. Jacob Reese was in there on the tackle as Blanks gets a carry here. That one only goes for 2. Like I said, this will probably be the last drive for the starters as Garcia's moving around here, going down the field to a wide open receiver. That's Jensen Skalski. And man, if he could have stayed in bounds, that's a touchdown. But then what are you doing, Garcia? Why are we pushing it so much here? That's intercepted. His stats are going to look worse. You know, that over-aggressiveness in his game and in Coach KJ's game is going to hurt him if they can't get that figured out. We've talked about it before. And he's got to just be smarter, both calling plays and executing the play, as underneath Wells takes that for 7 yards. Tennessee's technically not out of this game, but I don't see any way they come back as they misfire on that one. Mason Snowden has a 3rd and 3. He has to convert, and he tucks and runs and stiff arms our safety Apu, and eventually Apu recovers and gets him down, but that's still a first down for the Volunteers here with 5 minutes left in the game as they go to Green underneath, who breaks Nelson Loman's tackle and picks up the first down. Max Pierre, I believe it was, got him down on that play. Snowden again looking to pass. He's going to go down the field. That's Wells. First down, Tennessee. They're actually moving the ball pretty well, but it's just a little too late, I think, in this game. I don't see any way they can come back. So it's just outside of being a 1st and goal, so they can get a first down at the 1-yard line here. They have Kemp the third in the game and Belcher in at tight end. They're going to hand it off, and Kemp the third breaks the tackle and picks up a couple. He got hit and taken down by Jonas Stepp. And it does look like, if you notice, there's a lot of backups out here right now for the Gators. But Akil Wesley couldn't hold on to that one. He's still in the game. That's a drop. 3rd and 6 now for Mason Snowden to the end zone. Touchdown. He finds Darian Turner. 49-28 your score, and it's an onside kick, and the Gators didn't get set up for that. What are you doing, Coach KJ? Luckily, as you can see, the Vols touched this early. It don't really matter who recovers it. The flag's going to take away any recovery by Tennessee, so the Gators are fine. They get the ball, but you need to be more prepared than that. Coach KJ cannot allow that situation to happen again, and they keep their starters out there, surprisingly, as they go to Gayassi Blanks, who fights ahead for the 7-yard gain right there. 4 minutes left in this game. They need to start draining it down a little bit, as Blanks again gets another carry and another Gator first down. They have 209 rushing yards so far in this game. That's an excellent output. That has not been one of their strengths here in the last few seasons, so hopefully we can keep that up, because I think that'll bring our offense to a whole nother level as Ladarius Marlowe gets a carry here. He only went for 2. It's 3rd down now for the Gators. They can drain the clock down quite a bit. They snap it, though, with 17 seconds left on the play clock. Don't love that decision, and look at that, another pick. I don't know what we're doing. We're just ruining Dana Garcia's stats by throwing it at this point. You know, Coach KJ's got to learn he's not Mike Leach. You can't just keep throwing the ball just because. Start to run it, man. Don't be afraid to. We have a really good offense, and our running backs have been playing great, so we need to get that through to him, and I hope he learns a lesson somehow as Vic Belcher gets a big play here down the sideline for 24. This game's still over. The Volunteers are not going to win. I'm just upset about the stats being messed up, as that should have been intercepted right there. Apu drops that one as Snowden's looking to pass again. 2nd and 10 now, minute 54 left, and he just throws it away. That's going to bring up 3rd down and 10 for the Gators. Snowden again. He's going to throw a screen this time out there to Marsh Green, and that was read perfectly by none other than Jacob Reese. He is amazing. 4th and 11 now. Vols looking to pass. Snowden moving in the pocket. He breaks the sack. Are you kidding me? He's still up in. He can't break the second one, though. That's Giovanni Peterson getting him down. That allows the Gators to get the ball back here, and hopefully now they can close this one out. I still don't understand why they're throwing it here. Just run the clock out. There's no point in passing the ball anymore. Skyasi Blanks gets a nice carry up the middle. That's a 10-yard rush. 3rd and inches now. Drain the clock and just hand it off. Nope. We're going to throw. I don't understand that decision, Coach KJ. It makes no sense. I don't understand why he's being over aggressive, but Garcia is going to pull it on a speed option or read option and take that for the 1st down. We're going to keep handing it off, though. I just don't get what he's doing here against Tennessee. Just trying to run the score up or something. He looks comfortable with it. Apparently, Tennessee made him mad last season as Ladarius Marlowe gets a carry, and there is a flag on the play. 32 seconds left in this one. Holding on the offense. That'll back us up. Hopefully, that wises him up. It does just the opposite, though. Coach KJ is going to pass that into... What are you doing, man? Dana Garcia's not seeing the field well. Why do we keep forcing passes? Again, we throw it, but this time Jaden Norwood comes down with it. That's a 1st down for the Gators. There's 18 seconds left in this game, and Garcia is looking to pass to the end zone. That should have been picked. But it was caught. Are you kidding me? Logan Houston came up with that off of the deflection. I don't know why we were so aggressive there, but what a beautiful play for the touchdown to end this game. This score got run up at the end, man. I don't know what Coach KJ was thinking, and I definitely hope to hear what his thoughts were in the press conference, because to me, that makes no sense. Why would you do that? You just are upsetting an entire team and fan base that you play every year. It makes 0 sense to me. But we won. It's a 56-28 final here today. The Gators look really good this season. That's going to move them to 3-0 and improve our rating here, especially beating the number 12 team in the nation. I think we could get as high as number 5 this week with that victory. We'll have to see when we look at our top 25 standings following this game. But overall, it was a pretty good performance. Some 2 interceptions late were totally avoidable. We should have just been handing the ball off and running the clock out and only throwing when necessary. You know, it's something that we do struggle with Coach KJ. And I'm really curious about what his thought process is and if he can grow and learn as a coach, so that way we don't make these mistakes late in games. Who knows, though? He hasn't learned yet, and he's now been the Gator head coach for, this is his 3rd season, I believe, or 4th season, so it might just be something that's in his DNA that he can't get away from. I don't know. We'll have to see. Hopefully we can get him under control, though, a little bit here. This was a great victory, though. Florida's offense actually looked amazing today. We had a lot of different ways we scored on special teams and defense, and it was just a great day. Taking a look at your Heisman standings, Franchon Osborne of Oklahoma comes in at number 1, followed by Matt Hayes, the QB at TCU, dropping number 2. Then at 3, you have Tanner Remsburg, the quarterback from Alabama. At 4, you have Drake Basaka. He's the freshman QB at Ohio State, and he is actually looking pretty good. And then Trebor Bolton, the halfback at Georgia, comes in at number 5. Now taking a look at our top 25 standings, Texas A&M remains at 1, followed by Ohio State, Alabama, Oklahoma, and Miami. We didn't quite get into the top 5 like I was hoping for. We end up finishing number 6. That's okay. That's 4 spots gained. We beat number 12 team in the nation. I do think we should have jumped up above Miami, but maybe I'm biased because I don't care for Miami. Who knows? Oregon did lose. So did TCU. They're now 0-2, and they're still ranked number 14. That's not going to hold up. After what happened last year, they're not going to be in top 25 if they keep losing. Definitely not something I would have predicted coming into the year, so we'll have to see how that plays out. Next week, though, we're playing the Kentucky Wildcats. Per usual, we always play them pretty early in the season. We are the better team once again, and they come into the game 1-2. We're 3-0 with everything to lose, and Kentucky tends to be a team that gives us a little bit of a hard time. I do think we should be able to beat them, though. I'm not as concerned about them. I guess maybe I should be just because they're kind of a rival, but I don't really see an issue with us beating Kentucky. It should happen pretty easily, truthfully. We are going to have a visiting prospect next week. We may even end up having more. We'll have to see if anybody else wants to visit prior to the game. But I'm LDJ11. I want to thank you for watching. I will say if you hear anything in the background, I apologize. Some of this I am recording while holding my daughter, so just sorry about that. I'm trying to keep all the noises out. Have a great day. I'll be back with more Coach KJ soon. I'm out.
Life is a dream or a nightmare scarring. Hand me a drink cause I think I'm going all in. Get me a shrink who can catch me when I'm falling. Cover up my scars, flip the handlebars, crashing in my car, wake up in a bar.